What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and this is of Madagascar Escape to, get it, to Africa. Or Madagascar 2, as some people call it. It was released in 2008, and it's, Madagascar 2. It focuses on them leaving Madagascar with them refurbishing the plane and leaving Madagascar with the hopes of making it back to New York. And then it also, I'm losing for words. The plane crash lands. They land in Africa. They find their roots and like their ancestors, find their roots and the ones of their own kind, and discover some conflicts with that. And then they're also dealing with stuff inside the group in Africa, and they all work it out together. So it's pretty good movie. And there's a lot of things. We get a lot in this movie, more of the backstory of Alex the Lion, about him, how and like in the first movie, he was in the crate after they fell off the boat, and in the second movie, we realized that was more of a PTSD thing too, because of him falling in the river. After he got kidnapped by poachers, falling into the river of the crate because his dad unlocked the strap that was holding him down, and he floats all the way to New York from Africa, and it's kind of like a PTSD thing that he doesn't really remember. And then, but it's cool how they connect it like that, because we see how the scenes are very similar between both movies. I think that's a pretty cool touch. And we also get a little bit of backstory on him as growing up in the zoo and who his family is and what happened to him. So I like that little part to start off with as well. So that was good. And then, of course, then we get to see like the press about them escaping the boat and what happened off screen during the first movie. That's pretty cool. And then we lead up to the characters as they leave Madagascar. All the characters with the penguins and the chimps, and Julian and Maurice, and eventually Mort go as well, and leaving all the other characters, all the other lemurs, back at Madagascar to never be seen again. And thankfully, none of them, other than Mort, Maurice, and Julian, had any nobody really attached them, because none of them really got any roles worth attachment to in the first movie, so it didn't really matter that much going into this one, so that's good. But then we get introduced to some new characters too. Alex's parents, the rival is, I guess, the rival line in the pack as well, and his accomplice Tsitsi, who eventually take over. But also, we get introduced to Moto, a meme in his own right and legend. We just learned he has a fat fetish, so that's great. And then there's a few other ones, like we learn some giraffes and some zebras and stuff like that. So you learn more about those as well. So, but the main characters from this movie that we get introduced to for the first time are Alex's parents, as well as the antagonist in the movie, the rival line to Alex's dad and Tsitsi. And then we also get more, which that was a little odd. We get more of a human dynamic in this movie. We don't really, in the first movie, after they leave New York, we don't really get any humans, as they should be, and we don't really. In the first movie, they really don't have a lot of big character arc. We see. But what's built on is the Nana, who I forgot to mention in the first review, which she, in the Grand Central Station incident earlier in the first movie, she is introduced, and she's like this old lady who can really kick some ass. And then in this movie, she's built on more. She's like a tourist in Africa, and her tour jeep gets taken over by the penguins, and her and her tour group are stranded in the wild and that kind of thing. And then we get a whole group of all these other tour guides who also had their jeeps stolen, all these groups of tourists, banding together and building a little society in the African wilderness and creating the dam, which leads to the watering hole being dried up, and that whole thing going on there. We don't really get that in the first movie, but it builds on the Nana character, who has a much larger role in this movie. It sucks she isn't in the third movie at all. She was a funny character, and it was definitely her best roles were in this movie for sure. Penguins also had a larger role in getting the plane rebuilt, but what mainly is about this movie is Marty finding originality, and Melman and Gloria love relationship, and them actually getting together because of Moto, and Melman finally like thinking he's gonna die, and thinking it's time to get over with, and so they do a really good job on that too, as well. So it's pretty good there. It was a lot of good dynamics there and stuff. As far as the animation style goes, this movie is about the same as far as the animation style. I think for 2008, it was still pretty good. It flowed well, and the jokes landed. There's a lot more of those political humor jokes, a lot of satire jokes as well, and I think they all fit really good. They really ripped on New Jersey in this one especially, which I thought was fine. I think it's perfect, straight New York satires. We saw it in the first movie, so that was good. And a lot of the characters flowed well, so that was good. I thought the antagonist was pretty good in this movie as well. I guess really in the first movie, the antagonist was really like Alex, like his inner like wild side, but also kind of the Fusa and stuff. But this movie had more of a defined antagonist, as well as more of like a motto antagonist. I guess I kind of want to say that, with the watering hole being dried up, and then like the inner dynamics, and like them coming together and realizing that there's more to life than what they've seen. But also, of course, the physical antagonist with, I can't even remember what the guy's name is. I don't know. You comment down below what the guy's name is. I don't remember. And then, of course, him as being like the physical antagonist. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a little more better established in this movie. So overall, this movie is my favorite out of the Madagascar franchise. I think it's one of my favorite movies growing up. This is definitely, again, like the best movie. I thought it's a great 9 out of 10 movie. And it's done really, really, really well. Really enjoyed it a lot, and it's again my favorite. So that's definitely my review of Madagascar: Escape to Africa. So yeah, really good movie. Definitely, like I said, another good one for both kids and adults to watch. So did a good job there. Did a great job there. That's gonna do it for this review. I will be reviewing Madagascar 3 soon, plus the spin-off movie Penguins of Madagascar. Stay tuned, and much more amazing movie reviews as well, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for other much more amazing content. Till next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.